I believe that this meeting, this gathering is going to change the culture of the church. And you and I will say that we were there, that we were present. And if you don't believe, okay, Mark, you might get mad at me. If you don't believe that, leave. Please go. Because there's a God who is zealous for his glory to be displayed through his new society called the church. I believe that, or I would not fly across the country, half sick to be here, because I believe that it can happen through you, it can happen through me, because of the power of the Holy Spirit and the gospel of Jesus Christ. That's why we are here. I didn't grow up in a church, neither did my wife grow up in a church. She was from Montana. It was very diverse there. It's just different kinds of white people. I grew up in the hood in San Antonio, Texas. I speak Spanish, but I'm not allowed to speak the Spanish I know. Didn't grow up in a church. Went to Brigham Young University on a football scholarship. Went to BYU on a football, that's another talk for another time. Met my wife there, got married in college. Went to the NFL. Football was my God. It gave me my identity. It gave me my mission. It gave me my significance. After 3 years in NFL, I realized that it could not help me what I needed help most with. A broken heart, a longing for rest, a longing for peace, a longing to get rid of anxiety and fear based on the fact that I knew that the NFL stood for not for long. I had a teammate for 5 years who I seen embody the gospel. Let me make a quick point here, and this is really important. In the NFL, also in high school, the teams were very, very diverse. And my coaches didn't say, okay, if you're a white guy, you block this way. If you're a black guy, you block this way. No, you had a vision. Everyone had a role. Don't make this more complicated than it needs to be, people. Don't make it more complicated than it needs to be. Because when there's an overarching vision and it's clearly communicated and it's inspiring, people will want to get in, and that's when we lose our capacity for what we want, because what we want gets drowned in what Jesus wants. So don't make it too complicated. So, teammate of mine, every day after practice, he'd take a shower, dry off, wrap a towel around his waist, and get his Bible. And he'd go from locker to locker, and he would say this, "Do you know Jesus?" And in my mind, I'm going, "Do you know you're half naked?" His nickname was the Naked Preacher. That was his nickname. And so for 5 years, he preached naked. And by grace, on August 2nd, 1997 is when I came to faith. My wife came to faith while she was at work. There was a lady who every day at the modern day Jacob Well, which is where coffee is, would ask her about Jesus. So that's how both of us came to faith.